And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, the final Wednesday of October. We are in October, yes. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm really sorry about the 1 hour delay. I know that for EU and other viewers in other parts of the world, it makes it a bit later, but it was for good reason, which I will share with you all in just a second. But starting off, let's see who is all here today. Let's see, Clown is here, PF's here, Nice is in the house, Troy, Dr. Galvini, I think that's how you say it. Hey, Steve's here, Orion's here. Did I say RS? Nick's here, Nomads is in the house, Nuno's here. How's everybody doing? Moji is here. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Once again, sorry for the delay. I'm just gonna get right into it so I can get the rant kind of over with, and then we'll get into Positron fun stuff. So last week I mentioned that I had an announcement I was really excited about, but I couldn't share it until it was announced publicly. Well, it has since been announced publicly, and for anyone that is not over on Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it, I am supposed to be in China next week doing a live stream over on Fadis's channel that is a factory tour of their behind the scenes. They're from some of their R&D to their manufacturing process to things like checking tolerances to packaging to shipping to all of the things, which I am really excited about. This has been something behind the scenes I've been working on for a couple of months now. Now, the issue and the reason why I was late to today's stream is this whole thing, although it's been worked on for months, we didn't actually come to a definitive, yes, it's happening, until 2 weeks ago. And I've never been to China before. The process of getting a visa as a US citizen has been absolutely atrocious. It has been the most complicated thing I've done in a really long time. When we initially agreed to this, I figured it would be as simple as filling out some paperwork online, processing a passport, and that would be it. I have a passport already. That has not been the case. So we're just ranting here for a bit. So the process requires you to physically be in person at a Chinese US consulate. And there's one in Los Angeles, one in San Francisco, one in Chicago, one in New York, and there might be one other one. I'm not in any of those places, nor am I near any of those places. So I had to go through a middleman service, or a service provider basically that could do that for me. So I did research. I found a company that was based out of Chicago that was very reputable, and I got on it right away. Within 24 hours, 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, I guess now, I got right on it. I filled out all the visa applications for myself and Aaron. I overnighted everything to their facility. It was processed on a Monday, last Monday, so not this week, but the previous Monday. And I was under the expectations that I would have it back in hand by mid to late last week, which is closer than I would have liked it to have been, but it would have given me a week, right? Well, I get an email Wednesday that they got the visa application back and that it actually can't be submitted in Chicago because we live in Idaho. It has to go to San Francisco. Now, the reason I went with a service provider was to avoid complications like this, but it happened. So I was thankful I had submitted it right away and was like, okay, this is closer than I would have liked, but I still have a week and a half, so let's get the ball rolling. Communication has not been fantastic between the service provider and myself. I was under the impression it had been submitted on Monday and that it would be done today and that I would be getting it back tomorrow. Well, I found out at 1 o'clock in the morning last night that it seemed like it was just submitted yesterday. And that I wasn't going to be getting it back till Monday. And my flight out is on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Monday is not gonna, everything is on such a tight schedule. Like, I'm supposed to be there for 1 week. Aaron took time off of work. We leave Sunday, we get there Monday. Live stream is there Thursday or Wednesday, and then I fly back home on Saturday. So that wasn't gonna work. And so I was at the point where I'm like, I can't have it on Monday. Like, I have to cancel the trip if it's gonna be on Monday. So long story short, the reason why I had to delay the stream was because I have had to email back and forth with the service provider this morning. I've had to call FedEx probably 5 times. And as of right now, the visa application will be completed on Friday. I have created an overnight label from where it's being processed in California to a FedEx facility Saturday at 1 in the afternoon, which gives me a margin of 17 hours. So I'm hopefully gonna have my visa in hand 17 hours before my flight. This is not how I do things. I am a huge planner, and so it has been just incredibly stressful, a huge lesson learned. And I'm asking that everybody send their positive energy and good vibes that it actually works out. So hopefully I will be seeing you all on Fadis's channel next week. You know, our Wednesday, their Thursday. It would be, the timing they have it listed, would be 5:30 in the afternoon Pacific Standard, so 8:30 for East Coast. I know that means I think for Europe, it's in the middle of the night, and I apologize for that. Just with timing in China, that's the earliest they can do it because that's when the factory actually opens. But it is a major, even at this point, 50-50 shot whether it works out. So it's just been a roller coaster. Like I've said to Aaron a few times, I'm pretty good at handling bad news. Like if something doesn't work out, I can live with that. The thing that's been really getting me is this whole like roller coaster of things are fine, things are terrible, things seem fine, things are terrible, things are fine. So it's been a lot. I haven't been sleeping well, and it's just been a lot going on. So that is the whole entire rant. That's what I've been going off, that I've been dealing with. And so apologies again if today I seem a little bit more tired or a little bit more antsy or a little bit whatever. It's just, I feel like I've been juggling so many things, and things have not really been working out. So, yes. The needing to go to the consulate in person is, I'm shocked. Like I have a passport. My mom is from Sweden. I've been to Europe quite a few times, and like normally it's just, here's your passport. And it seems like I've done a lot of research into visiting China now because of this whole thing. And if you're from a different country outside of the United States, the process seems to be a lot simpler. A lot of countries, you don't even have to get a visa per se to go to China. It's the US and a few others, but the US where you have to get it in person, and it's very specific. Like I had to provide airline to and from, I had to provide where I was staying at. I mean, it was just, the questionnaire was bonkers. So, that is great, Daniel. Sad that Murphy's Law is taking over. Yeah, it's just been one of those things. And like I said,
for a tasty beverage. Works for either celebration in China or condolences here.
Oh, smile. Thank you, Steve. I've loosely, thank you, Steve. I've loosely filled in Steve over the last week, very, very loosely. Like, I didn't get into all the details because it's just been, everything has been so fluid. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I really would love for it to work out. But again, it's one of those things where had I just found out when they screwed up a week and a half ago, hey, we just can't do it now, I could have lived with it. It was the like, no, we'll make it happen, to all of a sudden here we are on Wednesday, and it's like, you know, it's been a ton. So anyways, the goal wasn't to add my stress to anybody else's. I just felt like I pride myself on being very transparent with everyone, and this is something that I started talking about last week, and it felt weird not mentioning this or bringing up sort of what's going on. So hopefully someone can appreciate the honesty about the situation. And if I do end up getting the visa on Saturday, like I am really hoping, I will certainly post in the Discord live stream channel, hey, it's on. And if I'm not, then I will also post. So just stay tuned for an update, and yeah, please keep your fingers and toes crossed. I appreciate it. How many nozzles are you bringing back with you? How many will they let me smuggle? that is the question. So yeah, anyways, let's get into it. So today is going to be a Positron wrap-up day. It'll be a little bit shorter of a stream. My parents are actually here because the plan was that they were watching Jackson while we are out of the country. And so today is like test run, like here's our routine with Jackson from beginning to end. So I'm gonna do a little bit shorter of a stream today, and we are also basically done with the Positron. But I wanted to have a stream where we just kind of hang out, do a little bit of printing, and do some sort of dialing in. So for anyone that wasn't here last week, I do want to kind of fill everyone in. So nozzle mule, nozzle mule. So we finished the build last week. We mechanically, electrically, it's done. And then things took longer than expected. It partially because of me. Most all of it was because of me. And take a heavy backpack and slowly replace the weight. Yeah, I figured the plan is because it was complicated with carry-on, or no, it was complicated with checking bags. So if we go, the plan is just a light backpack and then our carry-on. So I plan on bringing a fair bit of clothes, but we'll see how much I return with. I'm not against replacing articles of clothing with nozzles, you know, if it ends up working out. So, so yeah, where we left off was we got it booted up. It showed up on the network right away, which was awesome. We went through the initial like manual Z calibration, and then we went to run our first print, which it was working, and then it wasn't. And that was related to the extruder. So, oh, I remember what happened last week. I couldn't find screws. That's what happened last week. We had screw problems. So I haven't done anything with the screws. Basically, I think we're calling this the X-axis. The X linear block only has 3 out of 4 screws in it, and because of all the craziness that's happened, I forgot to order another, but that shouldn't be an issue. One other thing we ran into was that so this is a new fan shroud that I printed out. The one that's in here, the fan is rubbing on it ever so slightly, which I don't think is really causing any issues, but it's kind of it's a little bit annoying, and so the plan is to replace it. However, I just saw, if you can see this, that the bottom of it, I think what happened was I might have gotten a little too excited and removed it from the build plate before it had fully cooled down. And so it has a little bit of warp on it. And so I'm actually going to end up reprinting this. And to get to this fan shroud, I actually have to remove the tool head board. And get down to the bottom here. And I don't really want to do that until I have the extra screw to install into that block. So we're not going to address that today. It's not really necessary. The main thing I want to do is figure out what's going on with the extruder. So the extruder was skipping steps, and the things we have to try are 1, raising temperature to see if that has any effect on it. 2, I could reseat the stepper motor to see if perhaps it's not aligned perfectly, which I don't think is the case. And then 3, I think it was Pointy, and someone else recommended last week that perhaps it's just a little too tight. Someone mentioned that, I think it was Nomads, as I was building this, that you don't want to compress the extruder too hard into the printed part. So I was cautious, or I was aware of that, but we can still loosen it a little bit more and see how that works. So we'll start off with just plugging back our bed. Let's see, make sure I have it the right way, because I had it the wrong way last week. So this just slides in like this. Maybe. There we go. It goes into there. There we go. And then I've already got the power cable in. You want the idler to be pretty tight. The idler, as in the tension arm. So I just loosened it a little bit, actually, Nomads, because when I looked at it, because last week I know you had said that, it was fully compressed. Like, it was all of the springs were completely bottomed out with each other. So I can tighten it a bit more, definitely. It seems weird to me that that would be the case. I wonder if looking into a different spring would be a good option, because generally I know in the past, like with some of the builds I've done, I've had to cut the spring shorter or do things with it to get the tension right, but I had it completely, okay, yeah, so I had it completely bottomed out, so I don't think that was the case. I loosened it a bit now, and we will slowly work on tightening that as well. Hey, Luke! Okay, so let's go ahead and power this on and look at this pretty printer. So we've got our little RGB LED light right here. You can see the tool head board booting up. Oh, we also need to run input shaping. We didn't get a chance to do that last week. So let's let this boot up. Let's go ahead and pop open our screen. It's got this cool little LDO boot animation. I know people have been, I did this the wrong way, didn't I? I know people have been customizing the boot animations. I've seen some really cool ones and some very silly, very silly ones as well. Let's put this up here. Okay, so we are still booting. When you can't fold it, you know it's off. Oh, wait, when you can't fold... Wait. Oh, what do you mean? When you can't fold what? Cool, and we've got our LEDs. These are so... They don't really come through as well on camera, but boy, these look freaking sweet. These little channels of LEDs right there. Okay, so let's start by... Let's just home this thing. Let's go for the screen. Home. Home all. The screw may not block full. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to then heat up our hot end. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll heat it up to, we'll do 220. I'm also going to try a different filament just to rule out that there's something funky going on. This is, we were using Polymaker's Starlight Nebula. I'm going to go with just kind of a more standard filament. When I say standard, I guess I want to say like less silky, less sparkly. Just to try a different filament. How is everybody else's week going? I hope that other people have... On Positron, you'll get it worked out. Thank you, Nathan. I missed that earlier. You could string a bunch of nozzles together and make a pair of under... I missed that too. Yeah, I'm sure Aaron would get a kick out of my nozzle chones. What's up, Benny? Okay, so we are at temp basically, and now let's see if we can get out of here and then extrude, and let's see if we can unload. Okay, filament is indeed unloading. Going well. Continue to build my pooch. Oh, build with pooch, not build your pooch, not building a pooch. Yeah, I feel... Oh, I guess I would feel teeth on this side are really tight. Hey, Kegel! We just got hit... Oh, 500 subs. Congratulations, man. That is loud. That is awesome. Okay, so let's find another spool of filament here. We're looking for just a standard... Let's see, I think I got... Is this... Yeah, we'll just do some... I got pink standard voxel PLA. I just want to try a different filament to, like I said, kind of rule things out here. I printed a ton with that filament, so I doubt it's anything related to filament, but it's with 3D printing, I mean with most things, right? It's kind of the process of eliminating variables. So, can I feed you? Oops. That's right, I forgot that it's hard to feed this, so you kind of want to go and just load. So let's go load. There we go. Okay, filament's loading. I'm gonna put on manual focus as well. There's too many bright bits here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so extruder is skipping steps. Okay. So what is the play here? I'll loosen it a bit more. I think what I'm gonna do is, okay, let's open up. I don't think that this ever ended up showing me my IP address, if I remember correctly, but I think we have it in Orca Slicer, right? Yes, we do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is move this filament out of the way. Hey, Armor! Hey, Phil! Printing out all the parts for the... Ooh, nice! The Rook 2020 Mark II, just waiting on the frame from DLPDF. Did you self-source the whole thing, or did you go with like an LDO kit? And then I don't know how much of the hardware kit differs with the like standard Rook Mark I or Mark II and the 2020. Like obviously there's extrusions involved, but I don't know if the rest of it's kind of transferable or if it's just completely different. Hey Stuart, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. Hey Liz, Rook 2020 Mark II is an Animal Crossing, is an animal. Hello, RS Makes. I'm in the process of celebrating my hybrid Core XY Merc 1. What is that? Your hybrid Core XY Merc 1? We're working on that. Okay, cool. Working on the bug clipper screen. Hey, Ken. LDO's hotspot code kind of bugs things out. Gotcha. Okay, so let's start with doing a few things here. I'm just going to manually extrude. 5 cubic millimeters per second should certainly not be causing skipping. So let's start with that. And we're skipping. So I'm going to change this to 100. And what I'm going to do is as it's extruding, just tighten down the tension screw and see if that makes a difference. Still skipping pretty hard. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. So I'm not thinking that's it. It doesn't feel like it's making much difference at all. Like, I mean, very subtle maybe. Okay, so I think the next move is going to be taking it off and reseating it. Or maybe, okay, here's an idea. Let's do this. Let's try not to burn ourselves, but let's grab, oh, where is the driver for this? Well, here we go. So I'm going to attempt to loosen, try loosening the motor from the extruder. Yeah, yep, that's my next thing, is gonna loosen the motor. So let's zoom out a little bit. I'm gonna turn this towards this direction. Try not to bump anything off the table and not burn ourselves since things are hot. And I'm just going to tilt this up and I'm going to turn, oh, that is not the right driver. So this is a 2mm driver. Yeah, so I'm gonna do, that feels potentially too loose, but we're gonna try it. Where are you? Okay, I don't feel like I should go looser than that, but let's give that a go and see if that makes any difference. Is the rotation distance set correctly? Is it just extruding too fast? I don't think that's the case, Steve. We tried printing a benchy last week, and the first couple layers seemed like they were turning out fine, and then it just started skipping steps. Right now, when I'm extruding it, it should be set to 5 cubic millimeters a second. So I don't think, you know what? The speed it was coming out of the nozzle kind of looks like it was faster than that. Let me hit extrude. Yeah, we're skipping steps now. Yeah, we're skipping steps hard. So that did not, disconnect the PTFE tube and extrude 100 millimeters. Okay. Let's unload first. So let's go back. Let's go extrude. Let's go unload. I actually think that I should tighten the extruder up a bit more. Just, I understand not having it too tight, but what I just did felt not great. So I'm going to really quickly here, tilt it again. Maybe it's because it's printing upside down, turn it over. That's a great idea. I never thought of that one. Okay, so I'm gonna actually, yeah, I'm gonna button this up a little bit here because it just feels, there we go, that feels better. Okay, so that feels a little better. Now let's go ahead and I don't think it's gonna have any issues extruding from the extruder, because even when I'm feeding it, it seems like it's feeding in fine. It's only once it hits the hot end that it starts to do the whole skippy skip. So let's go ahead and extrude 100 millimeters. I didn't do what Steve said, which was unplug this. Lovely. There we go. Okay, we are extruding. There's a little bit of plastic on the teeth now from it skipping. So it extruded fine. There was no skipping. So I even think that if I were to go with the load macro and not have it connected, it's extruding much faster and we have no skipping at all. Did it extrude 100 millimeters? I'm gonna cut the tip of the filament right here. I'm gonna cut the tip of the filament and then measure it. Because it came from outside the extruder, it's hard for me to gauge that. So let's just do 100 millimeters, here we go. Okay, so I'm extruding and we'll see. That is one cute looking printer. It is, it's adorable. All right, let's see. So it's roughly at 100 and, I don't know, 2 millimeters, but the way I extruded it, maybe 103, the way I extruded it from the screen like that without manually entering in the G code, I'm gonna call that close enough. I don't think that's the issue. One thing we could try is, I know that I've had a couple people mention to me that the PTFE tube, let's not touch that with our fingers, that the PTFE tube really has to be seated far into the hot end. And I swear that we double checked that last week as one of the troubleshooting steps. But I am going to remove it again. Okay, I've got spider webs now all over the, oh God, they're on me. They're everywhere. Hey, Los. Okay, so let's go ahead and, so I don't think it's a steps per rotation or rotation distance thing. That seems kind of close enough to me. So let's pull this out. And just for fun here, I'm gonna swap sides and try shoving it in from the other side. Oh my God, I've got molten, I don't wanna burn myself. That was the hard part last week. Let's go ahead. Let's let the hot end cool down at least a little bit. Do you have any idea, Nomads, how far or how much of the PTFE tube should be going in? Because that would give me a reference of sorts. Hey, Tor. I won't let it cool all the way down. Well, let's at least get it to like 150 Celsius. So it's a little bit cooler when I'm near it, shoving PTFE into it. Okay, about the length of the heatsink you're saying, so approximately, you know what? Okay, let's do this. Where's my ruler? Where is the ruler that I just had? We can use this, I suppose. So this PTFE tube is approximately what is that, 360, 350, say 358 millimeters long. And the heat sink is approximately 35 millimeters long. So what did I just say? Let me write that down really quick. I'm gonna measure it once I've shoved it in there just to see if I'm getting close. So, I'm pretty sure I just said 30. Oh my God. Sorry, my brain is just so all over the place right now. So this is approximately 30. We'll call it 30. We'll call it 35 millimeters. That 35 millimeter heatsink. Okay, 358. Okay, so we've got 35 and 358 tube. Nice! Thank you for the 29 months and the fingers crossed for China next week, man. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited. I'm just, you know, with the whole uphill battle this whole thing's been, I'm trying to contain my excitement a bit until you know, until I've got more good news. Did I hear back from... Nope, I haven't heard back from the service provider. Okay, so let's go ahead and shove this thing in. Temperature's at 108 Celsius, so it should be cooler to the touch. Okay. So I now have approximately, what's that, 320, 325. We've got about 326. That feels close to being correct. Calculator, 358 minus 35. Yeah, we're within 3 millimeters of my measurement. My measurements were somewhat crude, so that feels pretty close to being correct. Armor, thank you for becoming a member again. Cheers, buddy. I got, you know what, for you, and then Nice also. Nice has to get this. And Nice, if you haven't had dinner yet.
I wonder what's for dinner.
I wonder what's for dinner. I've just been building a sideboard V0, watching your build streams of the kit. Really, really helpful. Hey, Tabla, thank you so much. Congratulations on the kit, and I'm glad to hear that the videos have been helpful. That's awesome. Okay, so there is a little bit of wobble back and forth, which I feel like makes sense, given that I don't have the clip in. Yeah, I don't think I can get this in any further. I'm convinced at this point that this is as far in as we are going. The clip is back in place. We shouldn't have any more wobble. That is correct. Okay. So we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna heat it up. Let's heat it up to 220. And if it is still skipping steps, if it is still skipping steps, the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to take the extruder apart and take a look at it. Does filament run smoothly through the tube when it's disconnected on both ends? That is a good question. I haven't actually checked that. I don't want to unplug it from the other side since I've got it seated now, but what I can do is at least retract. Let's remove this filament. Let me crank up the speed to 10 cubic meters per second. I can at least try to manually feed it through and see how it feels going through that nozzle. Does it skip at 2 millimeter? I haven't tried that, Steve, but I will. Let me check the tube now and see that that's smooth. And then once I've done that, I will, once I've done that, then I will play around with even slower speeds. Okay, so let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so I am, hey Sven, happy Wednesday. Okay, so I am manually feeding it through. Feels fine, feels fine, feels fine, feels fine. That doesn't feel that bad. That feels like, yeah, there's definitely some pressure, but I don't feel like it's an unreasonable amount. So let's go ahead and slowly pull this out. Give it a second to cool. There we go. Yeah, that feels okay to me. Good call though, Phil. Definitely worth checking. I've certainly experienced PTFE tube with weird inner diameter that can sort of choke up the filament. So Okay, so we're gonna use the load macro, which I am anticipating will skip steps. It's a really quick macro. So we're feeding fine, everything's good, no skipping steps. Okay, now we're skipping steps, which is what I expected. It's a very fast, that is a fast load macro, so I would anticipate even if I had things working, it would probably skip a little bit. Okay, so Steve wants me to check if I go at, you know what I haven't done? I have not hot tightened the nozzle, but I don't think that's gonna be an issue yet because we haven't even really gotten that far. Okay, so let's try it at, let's see, plot twist, you've been trying to extrude ABS, don't, no. I funny enough, I did check the spool last time because Voxel PLA makes PLA and PTG, and I was having like some nutty issues because I was so used to using their PLA and I forgot they'd released PTG. That happened on stream, actually. Steve's joke might be right. Yes, it's PLA. Okay, and you said to try it just at 2 cubic millimeters per second, so we're gonna do 100 millimeters at 2 cubic millimeters per second. It skipped once. It skipped again. It's skipping now. Yeah, it's skipping. And also, I did ask this last time, but just to confirm, the this is correct. Run current of 0.62. That doesn't need to be bumped at all. The extruder feels quite cold. Hey, Keek. I'm not gonna laugh. I've done that before. Yeah, I've done. I've done that. I've definitely done that before. The one time on stream, but I'm sure I've done it on my own outside of it as well. I won't bump the extruder current yet, but that is one thing I'm wondering if I wouldn't hurt to bump it a tad. All right, let's go. It's at 0.62. I'm gonna bump it to 0.75 and then restart. Because it's not scorching hot. Like, I mean, I'm touching it right now and it's slightly warm to the touch, but I've definitely ran extruders a hell of a lot hotter than that for long periods of time. So, okay, so let's try again for fun, the 2 cubic millimeters per second. Let's just do, we don't need to do 100, let's try 50. Extrude. No. It's still skipping. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is as soon as this completes is we're gonna take the extruder off. I'm gonna try reseating it. Try bumping the hot end temp. I can do that as well. I can definitely bump the temp. If this doesn't help, try bumping temp. Yeah, I can do that. It feels weird to me, like, at 2 cubic millimeters a second, at 220 Celsius, like, unless the positron is just known to require much higher temps, that seems weird to me. Chill stream, you said? I know. I am known for not having a chill stream on chill stream days. I don't think I know what chill stream day is. It's been, if you look back at most of the streams that say print and chill, they're anything but that. But at least I'm consistent. Yeah, there's no such thing. There could be a clog in the hot end. I don't think that's the case because of the fact that I was able to manually feed it. What are we doing here? It looks like you can hot tighten the nozzle as is, right? Like you don't have to remove the sock. It looks like the full shape of it is reachable. So what I'm thinking about doing is turning this off, removing the glass bed. We don't really need the bed until we figure out what's going on with the extruder. So I can hot tighten it and see if, okay, so let's do that then. Let's go ahead and just power off the printer, posts, shut down, yes. Then we'll kill the power, remove the bed so I have access to it. We'll heat it up, we'll hot tighten it and see if that makes any difference. I did try to feed the filament manually. I got to get back to it. Hey, thank you for dropping by, Steve. Thank you for the donation and the help, man. Hope you have a great day, and you'll certainly know when I know what the heck is going on, which seems like it won't be until Saturday at 1:30 at the local FedEx office. Oh God, any leaves on a bang. Any leaves on a bang. Thank you, Steve. Give them the full range of sound effects. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships, buddy. I really appreciate it. I did, if you're still here, Steve, I did end up picking up one of these. I'm not going to be using it for the stream, and I didn't end up getting the mic because of all this stuff happening, but I am planning, if I go, bringing it and at least capturing some footage and maybe making like a recap overview video of it when I get back, if I go. If not, I've just got this now, and we can walk around at the next event together with our Pocket Osmos. Okay, so this is off, which is what we want, and we're going to unplug the bed, yes. Slide you out of here, place you here, and power you back on. Let's move you to the center. Let's see if I can get rid of some, I mean, I'm gonna heat up the hot end, so it shouldn't really affect my ability to grab the nozzle, but if I can clean up a little bit of this crap. I would be stoked if it was just that the nozzle is not fully seated and it's got a tiny gap and that's what's doing this. I have my doubts, but I've been wrong. I've been wrong more times than I have fingers and toes to count, so it's entirely possible. Okay. Are we booting? What's going on here? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are booting. It's a slow boot. Yeah. He'll read my message soon. Wait, me? Oh, you're having similar issues to Zombie and it required rebuild. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking it's going to be. MCU out of range. That's what? Seems fine. Restart. Yeah, I kind of anticipate that's what it is. I can add more grease. Why is it saying, oh, derp, it's the bed. Crap. That's gonna prevent me from being able to heat up this hot end, isn't it? Can I disable the bedding clipper, like just the full bed and have it boot? I don't actually know the answer to that. Do you think the Positron is a worthwhile build or just cool factor build? I mean, personally, I think it's largely cool factor, which has always been a good enough reason for me to build something. But that largely depends. Like, if you truly need a portable printer, then I don't know that it really gets more portable. It's sweet. The build itself has been fun. Like, it really has been a fun build. The belt's nearly killed me, but that's pretty standard. Okay, beds you can disable. Yes, no heating bed are required with clipper. Okay, sweet. That makes sense, I guess, because printers didn't always used to have that. So let's go under our config, our printer.cfg. And I wonder if I can just disable, can I just disable this entire section? See if that does it. Would you say this is the most tedious build so far? No, it's definitely, sensor type must be specified. Why? Why must it be specified if it's fully disabled? Any ideas, anyone? I haven't used a non-heated bedding clipper in a really long time, so I'm not exactly sure the correct way to configure this. No, honestly, the most tedious build was my first V0. Do I need to reboot it maybe? Gotcha. PID. You're thinking I got PID down at the bottom? Yeah, I do. I'm gonna copy this and delete this section, and for now we'll just paste it. Did I pass the bed? No. We'll paste it there, see if that does it. Positron end stop in section stepper Z must be specified. It is specified. What is that? I don't understand. As far as I know, Clipper needs at least a thermistor for the hotbed enabled. Okay, I think I've got a tiny little wrench. This was a swing and a miss, I think. So let's just, instead of trying to do this, let's put the heated bed back on. We'll just raise it to the highest point. And I think I've got a tiny little wrench that we're going to use anyway, so it's probably not going to be an issue. I think I'm making a thing out of something that doesn't need to be a thing. So let's just do this. Let's do this, save and restart. Host shut down, yes. Okay, we'll try it some more time. All right, stop yelling at me. Yeah, I mean, the first printer I had a heated bed, but I have owned printers. I mean, it's been probably 8 or 9 years without a heated bed, so it does make sense that it wouldn't be a requirement. I just don't know. I don't exactly know what in Clipper clearly needs to be uncommented. But yeah, I think that if I raise it to its maximum and I get that little, I think I have this little like cross wrench thing. The stepper Z was the gap where I removed the PIF stuff. Plug in an extra thermistor. Yeah, it's a little tricky to do on the Positron. Oh, no, I guess at the bed I probably could do it, huh? If I took out the controller, but because of the special plug it uses, it's not the easiest. Okay, so, oh God. I think I might have a small spanner wrench over there, but I also have this little AliExpress little cross thing that hopefully will work. So let's grab this, see if one of these will work. Okay. Yeah, it's just this little, I don't know that this will fit or that this will fit. And then I think I also have a spanner wrench maybe in here that will work if none of those work, but let's try those first. Okay, so let's home all. And we'll raise the bed as high as we can. Hey, Marcel! Yeah, I agree though that having just an extra thermistor would be easy enough. But just because it plugs in right here, I would have to take off the cover, get to the controller, and it's not quite so simple with this setup. So let's raise the bed. Is 120 our maximum? How high can we go? Okay, that seems plenty high. Yeah, so let's go ahead and heat up the hot end. We'll go like 240 on the hot end. I don't really see myself printing warmer than that. The Z-step error was because you left a line gap when you removed the PID stuff. Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. I don't know that my nozzle's leaking. So Luke, I don't think you saw it, but basically the issue is that the extruder is skipping steps. So far we verified that it seems like that the rotation distance seems correct, that I played around with tension on the actual extruder, I've played around with tension screws for the extruder housing, and we've even tried down to 2 cubic millimeters per second, and it's still skipping steps. So yeah, the nozzle, I haven't hot tightened it since we finished building it last week, and so I just want to rule out that there's not a gap and that like potentially is what's causing it. Which actually might be the case. I'm looking at the... I'll try to show you guys this in a sec. Nice! Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Thank you, brother. Okay, so we are at... I'm just looking right now, and I actually see... I see that the heat break is not flush up against the heat block, which could definitely be an issue. Will this fit? It will. That felt loose. that felt looser than it should have, I think. Okay, I don't think I need to go tighter than that. But that seemed like it set it a bit more. So let's try it again now. This is also at 240. So we're testing out also if having a higher temp is going to resolve anything. So let's go ahead and extrude, load. But yeah, I am also seeing that the move out of range. Oh, because it can't go higher. Where are your torque measurement tools? I don't own one. I always just do it by hand. I'm old school in that regard. But yeah, it looks like the heat break where it meets the heat block has a slight gap to it, which could be the issue. I also think the nozzle did seat further now. No. Now nothing is coming out. I have a weird feeling that it's related to that heater. I have a weird feeling it's related to the heater. Like, let me see if I can show you guys what I'm seeing. Here we go by hand torque. Yeah, so if I don't know how well you guys will be able to see this. Oops, sorry. And I know Nomads isn't here to chime in on this, but if I look at, no, you really can't see that. Let's see if I bring it closer maybe. So the top of this heat break, it's at kind of a weird angle, and 2, it looks like there's a slight gap. It looks like there's a slight gap. So that doesn't seem right to me, but I don't entirely know. This is not a conventional hot end, and I also can't remember if that, I don't think that was just pressure fit. I think it was threaded. I think that was threaded in. But I'm wondering if that's where our issue lies. Yeah, so basically this right here has a small gap. Like it's not flushed up against the heater block. Watching Daniel while PID tuning. How's your Switchfire doing? Did you get it up? I know you've had a lot of things going on with that, but did you get it up and running? So I tightened the nozzle. That sounds fine. Okay, so you don't think it's an issue. It's weird though, I tightened the nozzle and now I've got no filament extruding. So what is the deal with that? So let's try, now that I've sort of seated the nozzle differently, I'm gonna unload again. But you're a batch 1 hot end. I didn't think that things changed on the hot end. I thought the only thing that changed was like the heater was slightly different. Okay, so let's unload. Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of the nozzle now. I'm gonna try to feed it by hand again and see if I can get it through that nozzle. Okay, batch 1 hot ends are fine. Hopefully it's pushing. Okay, nice. I'll keep my fingers crossed, Lisa. Yeah, this doesn't actually look like it made it to the nozzle. The tip of it is not, like, the tip of it still got the sharp cut that I did. So I'm going to, we are at temp. It says we're at 239, so we're definitely not cold. Yeah, that is not coming through. So something is up. Let's go ahead and remove the PTFE altogether. I'm now convinced the issue lies with the, oh, come on. I'm now convinced the issue lies with the hot end and not the extruder. There we go. Okay. And I do hear a fan running, so it does sound like the fan is running like it should be, so I don't think it's a heat creep issue. Sweet hum! Hello, first stream since I got home. Oh, you are back home and safe, man. Are you there with your fiance, or is she still in Florida? Thank you for the 16 months as well, buddy. Okay, so yeah, let's see how much of this I can feed in. Probably don't need the full spool, but why not? Yeah, I can't even get this. This isn't getting anywhere near the nozzle. This is definitely jamming. The point that it's like, this is as far as it's going in. And if I put that, you know, right here, it's not even making it into the heat break at this point. So let me try, if I cut it at a slightly different angle, I don't know if there's something else choking it up. There we go. Okay. So that is extruding fine. So the next step is I'm putting the PTFE tube back on. We'll make sure we cut it at a, not a 45, but like a direct point to help it feed through, and we'll see what that does. If that doesn't do it, then I'm convinced I need to take apart the hot end. I really don't think it's the extruder. The extruder doesn't seem to have any issues feeding. I think it's just, there's something going on where, we'll see. Okay, PTFE tube. Okay, I think that's all the way in. Little clips right here. This should behave like a high flow. Yeah, I was under, I mean, it's, if I was pushing like 20 cubic millimeters a second and it was skipping steps, I would totally get it. But the fact that we were at 5 was already weird to me. And then Steve had me try as low as 2, and I'm like, no, it's still skipping steps. There's clearly something else is going on that's not correct. I just still don't know what that is, but I'm more and more so believing that it's something in the hot end assembly. So, okay, let's try this again. Let's cut, let's make sure, I'm gonna be a little bit more specific about how I cut the filament. Pull the Bowden clip. pull the Bowden clip. It's hard to reach it though. What do you recommend pulling it with? Like some tweezers maybe? Because I can't do it with my fingers. Twist and break the filament to get concise tip versus twist and break the filament. I did this. This is for Luke. Just a direct sharp tip. All right, let's see. I can try that too, Nomads. Let's see how this does. Just since I got it already seated. I don't think, yeah, it's too high again. All right, load and filament. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah, it's still doing the same skip step crap. Okay. Well, we'll unload. We'll try what Nomads is saying. Yeah, I still might need to use pliers. My fingers are, yeah, I won't be able to do it without some kind of tool. I just don't know if we're making progress. I mean, I guess we are in the sense that we're seeing what it is not. Where's the small driver? There it is. There it is. Yeah, filament did come out the nozzle. Filament did come out the nozzle, but it still was skipping steps. And we were only running. Oh, you know what? We were running though at the macro. Okay, let's try Nomads because the macro is a pretty high speed feed. Anybody that has one of these, is it normal? I would think it's probably normal for it to skip using that macro, but for other people, does it not normally skip? I would think it would, but like I said, I don't entirely know. Okay, so let's take this out. Just leave it loose like that. Let's take our driver. Now someone is going to make a tiny 1.75 millimeter pencil sharpener. Okay, here we go. Okay, back out. I'm sorry, PTFE-tube's like, what gives? I just want to go home. All right, let's see if I use these little needle. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so I got some needle pliers pulling away from the tube. Great, now it doesn't want to go in at all. There we go. Dude, it feels like it's not easy to feed this. Oh. There we go. Okay. I think that is as far in as we're going. Just a tiny bit, doesn't skip a ton. Okay. Oh, come on, clip. With the way this week, oh God, with the way this week has been going, I should have expected this. It's just been one of those weeks. There we go. Okay, clip is in. It's so, yeah, it is really small. Is your merch store up? I checked the other day and it was down. I want to grab a shirt. It's not. The Stream Elements, which is what I used for probably 2 years, stopped their store, and then they transferred over a different store, and I thought that they would merge the merch and stuff like that, but they didn't. They wanted me to manually upload everything again, and I haven't had the chance to do it. I wanted to test out the quality of the shirts, although I've gotten enough feedback now from people that the fan shroud is definitely melted a little bit, the end of it. I've gotten enough feedback from people now that I believe the quality is good enough. I just, like it's solid, not good enough, but like it's good quality. I just need to do that. I need to get them back up there. I will add it to the list of things to do. I was really wanting to reach out and get another design done. Oh, come on, Axis. I was wanting to reach out to get another design or two done, which was also part of the reason why it hasn't happened yet, but thank you for the reminder. Daniel needs to teach Jack how, yeah. Jack was, I mean, last night Aaron worked, and so I was on Jack duty, and normally I get into bed by 7:30 and I can come up and work on videos and stuff, but he was just not having it last night. He was screaming and crying for hours, so I was in there laying on the ground with him and trying to figure out. Okay, so we definitely skipped steps there pretty heavily in the end. Let's see what happens if I go 50 millimeters. Yeah, it's the same thing. Skipping like crazy. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is, if we don't, like the nozzle I think is seated plenty now. That was a fairly tight twist. And if we don't think that that is an issue, I mean, I will say when I fed it right now, it felt fine. The next thing I'm thinking is that we need to take apart this extruder and take a look at it. So let's go ahead and cool this down. Let it drop a little bit before I turn it off. And then we're gonna take apart the extruder and see if we see anything. Put in a 0.6 nozzle. I still have to do that as well. Wait, what did I miss? You still have to do, oh, the merch stuff, Luke? I don't think it's teeth. He's gotten a full set of chompers. I mean, I've met a lot of babies over the last year, and he's got so many teeth already. I think that we've already, I mean, not that he's not teething a little bit, but I think that we've gone through the worst of it. So I don't think it's a teeth thing. Yeah, it was really weird. He got kind of hysterical last night. So I was like, okay, you clearly are tired, so let's go to bed. And he went to sleep for 20 minutes. I talked to Aaron and was like, yeah, everything's fine. And then he woke up on the wrong side of the bed and he just wasn't having it. I tried all sorts of things. I ended up taking him out of his crib, and I was laying on his floor with him for like 45 minutes, and he just kept talking and walking around and pointing at things. I said, you gotta go to bed, dude. And so then I finally shoved him in his bed, and I just laid on his floor. He did not like that. And then he pointed towards his mouth like he was hungry, which I was confused about because I had tried feeding him like twice last night, and he just didn't really want much of it. Just wanted to, do anything but eat. And then I brought in some pouches, like just, like baby pouches of those applesauce. And he killed one of them and said more. I said, you're hungry, dude? So I brought him a second one. He finished it and then said more, and he almost finished a third one. And then he kind of laid back, and after that he slept through the night. So it seems like it was a hunger thing, but I had no way of knowing that because I had tried to feed him a couple times, and he just, he wasn't having it, so. Okay, so let's turn this off. Shut down services, shut down, yes. Be right back, sounds good. My grandpa just rubs a little whiskey on there and we'd sleep like a lot. People have recommended that. I have not done that. We have tried like iced teethers and, oh crap, I need to take, oh, I can do it. Maybe, there we go, take this out by hand. That's clearly too loose. I'm able to pull the filament. Okay, now it's breaking it, which makes more sense. Yeah, maybe it's the extruder. Okay, let's dive into what the heck's going on. I'm doing all right, man. It's been, I like to think of myself as a fairly positive That's funny, Positron. Positive person, but it's been kind of a rough week with just things not exactly going according to plan, but that's life, I suppose, right? So, okay, let's tilt this. Let's see if I go like this, and I go like this. I should probably unplug that power cable. That seems like a smart thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to fully remove the stepper motor. That'll be the first thing we do here. Nightmare maybe? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I tried things, man. It wasn't for lack of effort. I really tried things. You know, I did the diaper change, tried the comfort thing. You know, he had plenty of water. I'm like, I don't know what you need, kiddo. I don't know what you need. I did that too. Hey, Zach, you did what? Will you be watching Prusa's stream today? I didn't know Prusa had a stream, so probably not. My parents are here, and I've got to try to get a video done for this Saturday, because if I'm gone, I definitely won't have one for next Saturday, so probably not. I usually don't watch them live, and I'll usually end up just watching recaps or kind of like highlights. Tummy ache? Yeah, maybe. It's rough because there's just so many things, right? Like, you don't know. Okay, so motor's off. Motor looks fine. Motor seems fine. The gear on it seems like there's no, the teeth seem fine. Nothing seems wrong there. So, okay, let's turn this a little bit. I mean, one thing I can do, I know it came with grease already installed, but when I built one of these for the Cyclops, I added quite a bit of grease, and there really just isn't a ton of grease in here. I honestly wonder if that's it. I wonder if it just needs more freaking grease, because I'm looking at these gears and there's not, I mean, there's some really light amount of grease. Spins fine. I wonder if it's just the grease. I need to find a brush really quick though, a brass brush. I've got there's some chewed up filament on those teeth from all of it skipping steps. Here we go, brass brush. Hotend is jammed. I don't think it's an extrusion problem. That seems weird to me though, Nice. Like I was able to push filament through by hand without issues, so I don't know that it's a Hotend thing. I mean, I won't rule it out. I'll never rule out, you know, until we know. We don't know. This is not easy to access. There we go. I just don't know where the jam would be. This is kind of a lame way of doing this. I'd really like to get the gears out, I think. That seemed like it did a pretty good job, actually. Yeah, got rid of the piece that I was seeing there. Okay, so let's let's check that there's only, I think, one, if I'm not mistaken, one set screw. So let's make sure that's snug. Yeah, that is very tight, so it's definitely not a set screw issue. This feels like, I mean, the motion on this is fairly smooth. I'm gonna clean up also on the outside here, the other gear. There's some plastic on here, so let's clean this up. Okay, our gears seem fine now. That seems, I mean, to me that seems like it's spinning fine. I'd say take it apart and check the idler gears. How did we attach it just like this? PF! Wow, the 10 gifted, thank you, PF. looks like, let's see, Snoogate got a membership, Spectra, Donald, Alex, Buzzer, 007, nice, Jeff, Snore, and Muse. Thank you, PF. Also, I think I missed, Zach, what did you say? I took the tube out of the hot end and could extrude without skipping, then I took apart the extruder to check that as well. No luck there. Oh, are you having issues with the one that you won, Zach? I know you won one. Quick question about the filament. I have a Dragon ultra high flow, and I seem to always have under extrusion at 220 millimeters a second at 260 to ABS-2C. Should I go hotter? So 200 millimeters a second, that's just the print speed. That doesn't tell me anything about the actual flow speed. So I don't know what your max, if you're using Orca Slicer, then under your filament, you can check your max flow rate. So it'll be a cubic millimeters per second value. That's what you'd want to check. The speed doesn't really matter as far as motion goes, because if you're limiting your max flow rate, it won't actually hit those speeds if it's not able to extrude at that rate. So I don't generally print above 260 for ABS. So depending, unless you're trying to print at some really high flow rate, that's probably not the issue, but it'd be worth checking. It'd also be worth just running a flow test to see. If you're running a flow test starting at, let's just say, 10 cubic millimeters a second up to 25, and you're getting issues early on, you know there's something going on. That sound effect is awesome. What, the membership one? Okay, so let's take off the extruder. I don't know if this is the right size driver. It's not. It's never the right size driver. Okay, let's try. Let's see if this, can I reach it? Yeah, very good. Nope. The bummer is here, well, I guess I could take off the end stop, can't I? Let's say I'm not going to have a whole lot of room to work with unless I take that end stop off. But if I take the end stop off, when I put it back on, it'll be slightly different. Well, it's going to be slightly, never mind. It's going to be slightly different anyway. I'm going to have to redo my Z offset, which is kind of a non-issue at this point, because if we can't get extrusion figured out, it doesn't exactly matter. So let's unscrew you. Okay. Come on, buddy. Get off the printer. Okay. Limit switch is off. All right. We've got our extruder assembly. So we are going to pop off these gears. That is really tight. There we go. Huh, these two are really tight. The fact that they didn't come off. I don't think that's the issue though. Okay, let's go to the extruder assembly part of this. Also, we're going to open up, remind me in 10 minutes to open up the giveaway. It is going to be a bit of a shorter stream, so I want to make sure that we do our Polymaker filament giveaway. I don't know that fully disassembling this thing is the answer either. Install thumb screw. Let me get some filament and play around with just manually feeding it. We fixed Zombies Extruder by just reprinting the parts and reassembling. Okay, so let's feed this through here. Okay, that feels... Oops, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? So all I did was just feed some filament through, and it went right through. Doesn't feel like there's any issues with the filament path or the motion of this spinning. It does feel like it's got quite a bit of tension. I'm trying to get it to skip just by pulling on it, but yeah, that's a lot of force. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I honestly think that the thing I want to try is adding more grease to this housing and the gears. I added I know when I built the Cyclops, because it doesn't come pre-greased like this, I added a lot of grease and it seemed to work. It's been working really well. So since I can't, I could reprint parts, but I obviously can't do it right now on stream. So just to use what we've got, that's likely what I'm gonna do. But yeah, motion feels fine on this. Filament path feels fine as well. These all spin nicely. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna reattach this again to where it was, which was like what? It was like this. Yep. Were the bolt sizes the same on these? Yeah, looks like it. Hold the gear just to be sure it's not spinning on the filament. I did. I did nice. You mean like hold this? I held the gears by hand, the other ones, but let me see if I go, let's see. Okay, so here's the filament fed through. Now I'm holding these gears right here with my hand. Oh, that that was not a good example. Okay, that is coming out a lot easier than I feel like it should. I'm almost tempted to try a different spring. I've got some spare Bondtech ones. This is one of those weird issues. It's very difficult to troubleshoot because you did everything right. Yeah, we'll see. I think it's related to that gear, man. I don't know that that's the right gear for this. Because even fully tensioned, it wasn't working. So let me see. I got to imagine it's the same as the Bondtech ones. So let me see if I've got a gear in here. I do. I never get notifications anymore. I thought you just are ignoring me, man. I've been sad. I was asking Aaron. I said, Zombie never visits anymore. Okay, we're going to try this gear. It has its own built-in little, I think it's a nylon washer. We're going to try that over this one and see if there's any difference. This one feels like a much... Actually, I don't know if this will work. Is this a longer... How much longer of a screw? Actually, yeah, this might not work. This is a much longer screw. It's definitely a different... it looks like a different spring. Yeah, I don't think this will fit all the way through, will it? Yeah, that's a really long... Okay, what I am going to do, though, is swap out the spring in the washer for the Bondtech spring and Bondtech washer, which is... The washer is clearly different. The spring is similar,
but a little bit wider diameter. I didn't even think it was Wednesday today. Well, welcome. It is indeed Wednesday. Yeah, let's try this. Okay. Yeah, that's still sliding really easily. Why would that be the case though? I mean, I'll keep tightening it, I suppose, but that was tougher. We're getting tougher. The spring is bottomed out now though, so again, it doesn't feel. Oh wow. That feels like a firm grip. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is. I still feel like it's weird. I mean, look at the spring. It's basically completely bottomed out. But that felt substantially better. I still think I'm gonna add a teeny tiny dab of grease as well, just for my own self. But I will say that felt pretty good. Okay, so let's reinstall this. Let's go like this. Everyone keep your fingers crossed. This whole week, I just need everyone to keep fingers crossed. People are asking like, why are your fingers crossed? Like, the guy I watch his streams. He asked me to. He just needs good energy, good vibes this week. Okay. Okay, that's loosely in. Pretty sure I just had this extruder all the way at the bottom. Let's see if this works. Could there be a clearance issue on the latch? Possibly. If this doesn't do it, like if we try this and we're in the same boat, then I think the next step probably will be that I reprint out the extruder parts. That's very likely what I'm gonna be doing next. Okay, so I'm going to add, where's my little grease syringe? Oh, here. It's also filthy. Why is it so dirty? Grab a paper towel really quick. How's the black box build going, Zombie? I know that I got at least a notification last night, I think, that you were working on that. How should we type in chat if we need fingers to be crossed? Delmar's got it. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit on the inside here. That's probably excessive, but I really don't care that much. Let's add a little bit on this. It should hopefully fill in once it gets in here. Okay. And then the extruder motor wire was, I think, facing towards the outside. So let's... Okay, that went right in really smoothly. Can I get this started by hand? I don't think so, but that's fine. Okay, tilt this on its side. That's a very close-up shot, isn't it? There we go. Okay. I'm not going to overly tighten it. I'm just using my left hand and finger tightening it.
Okay, that's all I'm doing. All right, last thing is to slap this end stop back on. I'm probably gonna have to redo the Z offset, I would imagine. But that's okay. Actually, I don't care about that yet. Let's not even worry about putting the Z end stop back on yet. Let's just extrude some filament and see what happens, yeah? Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Polymaker time, you're right. Oh, you're right on the money. I thought that I ran over a little bit. Here we go. Send, copy link, short form, copy. Alrighty then. All right, nomads, keep your fingers crossed wherever you're going. Pin. Okay, so filament giveaway is pinned in chat. It'll be live for 30 minutes, and then we will do our drawing to see who our lucky winner is this week. Well, we can't get it printing if it's not extruding, Zach. So if we get the extrusion working, then I will, why is this? Oh, if we get the extrusion working, then I'll plug that end stop in and we will absolutely print. Because believe me, I want to print, I'd say as much as anybody. So that is definitely the goal, to get it printing. We're gonna also, for Luke here, Luke's got me doing these little twisty, well, I didn't do such a fine. I'm cutting this at less of a 45 and more of a center point that seems to get it into the hot end a little bit smoother. Okay. It might make me home before I can actually do this because of the way the macro works, but we'll see. False. You can print invisible. Yeah, you're not wrong. Also, hi Nappen. Also, I saw you tagged me in a BLAR post. I meant to respond. It made me hungry. Okay. We are heating up. We're just doing 220. I don't think that the 220 to 240 is going to make a difference at 10 cubic millimeters a second. It should be extruding. Or 5. Let's just see if we can do 5 without issues. I was in the candy store and I thought, that's amazing. That is my goal. If you see yummy candy, I want you to think of me and think this is something that Dan would probably like. Nice, we got 126 people here. Thank you all for joining. If you have not smacked the like button, it looks like we're at 70. I believe we can hit 100. So if you have not hit the like button, please do so. Okay, so we're at temp. I don't know, like I said, it might make me home before this happens because, so if I go extrude and I go load, okay, it's gonna home on its own. So I'm gonna have to manually trigger this. I'm gonna have to manually trigger Z. I should have just put the damn thing in. That worked. Okay, we're feeding. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I believe. There's a little bit of filament buildup on that gear. Okay. That was much better. That, it still did some weird little skip thing in the end. That was much better. I don't want to get too excited yet because, you know, I've been here before a few times. But that was definitely a difference. That was absolutely a difference. So let's now attempt to, let's see, let's go force refresh. Okay, so we're gonna go extrusion speed. This is just 5 cubic millimeters a second, nice and slow. Start with there's no skipping happening. There's no skipping happening. Still no skipping happening. Okay, we just extruded. Ugh! You heard that noise? I'm surprised you were able to hear that noise considering, is the gear reduction set up properly? We did I would think yes. We checked the rotation distance, or we extruded a set amount, and it came out within like a millimeter margin. My measurement wasn't exactly the most precise, but it seemed fine. Okay, if it does 50 at 10, I'm calling it solved. Here we go. Good luck, me. Okay, there was a skip. Okay, 2 skips. 2 skips, but still way better. So it does at least lead me to believe that, I thought that was 5 linear. The first one was 5 cubic millimeters per second, and that was fine. 10 did skip a little bit, twice. What I want to do is clean off the gear because there is a little bit of filament. So let me just go, I'm just gonna go an extrusion distance of like 5 millimeters and clean off this bit of crap. Let's try that again. It's a huge improvement, guys and gals. I had to tighten my gear a lot. Yeah, it's basically bottomed out, Zombie. I actually swapped over right now to a Bondtech gear, but it's basically bottomed out. Let's try 20 millimeters at 10 cubic millimeters per second. It did 20. Yeah, it didn't skip for that. So, wait, 5 millimeters a second extruder speed isn't 5. Oh, snap. Yeah, you're right. I'm not doing. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we're probably fine. Because if 5 millimeters you're saying is yeah, no, that's good then. That's good then. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I looked at the unit of measurement. I'm like, you're right. That is not cubic millimeters per second. Thank you for being the voice of reason in chat. But that's good. That is even better than I was expecting. So, yeah, thank you, Stuart. Yeah, you were right. You were right. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready, unless fluid doesn't show. No, fluid does show. Fluid does show. It says, yeah. Yeah, it does show 24 cubic millimeters per second. The fact that we were able to do short bursts of that makes me happy. Okay, okay. Let's get this back on. I'm just installing the limit switch. I think we probably should really quickly do our Z offset again, just because I did take the extruder off, which is what this sits on. Oh man, this is tight. Let's see. Yeah, that is a huge difference. I'm glad somebody said something because it would have taken. I don't normally test flow rate by using this anyway. We're just sort of in a weird place right now because of trying to figure out what's going on with this. But thank you for saying something. I will keep that valuable piece of information in my pocket moving forward. Okay. I'm really excited. No boat, but a modified cube. We gotta do a boat. We gotta do a boat. I like the modified cube. I like a lot, but I like it for multicolor. If you're talking about the Modbot. Oh, you totally are talking about the Modbot one. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to. What are we going to do? We are going to. Yeah, there's got to be a macro, right? More? Z calibrate, was it Z calibrate? Probe calibrate, Z end stop calibrate, start. Full modbot robot. See how long it lasts. Oh, well, I should have. Oh, okay, abort. It, it has no idea where it is because I tripped out the limit switch. So let's, no, can we exit this? There we go. Let's home it, home. Homo. I was wondering why it was saying it was at 40. GS, thank you for the donation, man. I can't tell. It looks like it's 10. I don't know if it's Canadian or 10 US. I can't tell. Thank you very much for the donation. I'll do air horn and squirrel. Someone make a. Oh, I would be pumped if somebody could make a benchy that just has a little robot at the hole. I think that's the word. HULL, the hole. US. It doesn't matter either way. But I was trying to read it because it looks a little different from here. Thank you, GS. Yeah, I would be pumped. I am always appreciative of any model. If anyone wants to create something, glass. We're doing glass. I'm gonna play around with the PEI eventually, but being able to see the bottom is something that I will be excited about for quite a long time. Okay, so let's go ahead and go here. Let's go more. Let's go Z calibrate, and we're doing end stop calibration. Beautiful. So for this one, yeah, that's right. We shouldn't have to adjust the bed screws because we already did that. This should be just a matter of getting our Z offset set correctly. Matt, thank you for 24 months. That is crazy. And Zombie, I didn't see it. There's a lot going on. Zombie, you missed the whole first rant of this stream with all the issues I got going on with my visa application. Thank you very much to both of you for the support. All right, here we go. Here we go. So clearly we need to go lower nozzle. Lower nozzle, lower nozzle, lower nozzle, lower nozzle, 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 nozzle. RS 20, is that 26? 26 months. You guys are nuts. While we are at it, thank you for the support, RS. I can't believe it's been. I missed the visa application. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to revisit it. I feel good. I got it off my chest. Basically, I'm supposed to be in China next week, visiting Fadis and doing a live stream from their factory on their channel. And the visa middleman service that I had to use because I can't get to a consulate, there's none anywhere near Idaho, has dropped the ball immensely. And I no longer know if I'm making the trip. The earliest I will have my visa is 1:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, and my flight leaves Sunday at 7 a.m. So I have no idea. I'm just asking everybody to please keep their fingers crossed that it works out. That's all I'm asking for. Okay, so let's go lower nozzle. Ooh, we're getting there.
Just because.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Thank you very much, Nice, for the 10 euros. This is all going towards a tasty beverage. If everything does work out, I'm gonna grab a drink at the airport. I'm gonna have like at least one, maybe one at this airport and one at the next airport. We have to fly from here to LAX, then LAX to Shanghai. So, and PF with the 28 months. It's crazy to me. Like, it's crazy. I just can't believe. I remember starting off being like, yeah, I'm going to start doing streaming on this channel. And the fact that, we've been streaming for longer than we've had memberships, but the fact that it's been this long is just nuts to me. We were able to hit 24 cubic millimeters a second. It was in a burst though. Like I tried doing, I think it was 50 or 100 and it definitely skipped, but in 20 millimeter distance increment burst, let's try to call it burst. In a 20 millimeter burst, it had no issues. We have got to be getting, what the heck? How are we not touching the nozzle at this point? Oh, okay. I assume we can adjust this once it starts printing too. I don't really remember with glass how... We're going to call that good. That's probably... Yeah, we're going to call that good. Accept. All right. All right, everybody. That's right. We do have to manually raise this because it's below the end stop. You shouldn't have to do this normally. It's just because of the fact that we were doing that initial calibration. Okay, here we go. Let's just try. We've already got the bench sliced. Let's just run it. Here we go. Here we go. Fingers crossed, everybody. I probably should have cleaned that glass from being taken on and off. It is a greasy, it is a greasy plate, but you know, that's okay. All right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh. LAX is huge if you've never been. Hopefully you're... Yes, so I did... Everything I had control over, I planned fine. I've got a couple of hours in LAX between connecting flights. I'm actually... I'm originally from Southern California, about an hour outside of Los Angeles. I just moved to Idaho 3 years ago. Someone is calling me. It is potential scam. It's always potential scam. And so when I was younger, we used to go to Europe every few years to visit my mom's side of the family, because my mom was born and raised in Sweden, and that's where pretty much all of her family still lives. And so I've been through LAX a lot, and I don't enjoy it. I really don't enjoy LAX. My previous job, I traveled quite a bit, and I went out of the Orange County Airport, John Wayne, and that was such a nice experience comparative to LAX. You can have a Harbin, and I don't know what that is. Yeah, I should wash my hands more often. Just ignore the fingerprints. Look beyond the fingerprints, okay? For anyone that missed it, the giveaway link is open for the Polymaker filament giveaway. It'll be open for another 14 minutes, and then we will be drawing for that. Also, we're up to 84 likes, so thank you everyone that has liked. We got 70 entries into the giveaway. Okay, so bed's at temp, Hotend's heating up. It's about 15 Celsius out. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to run input shaping, but that's okay. That's all right. I will play around with this thing. I like our moderately sized regional airport. What airport is that, Troy, or what area? When I was traveling to Korea for my first duty station, the Army person that planned the flights left note. Oh God, they actually held the flight for me, and an airline worker ran me across. So I have mentioned it earlier in a few times, but I'm a big planner, and so I really don't like being late. I like being early, and I always set my alarm to be way earlier than necessary for any trips. However, last year, Lightburn had, yeah, that's right, the pad is not where it needs to be. Hopefully that's okay. No matter, is it worth moving the pad, or just don't worry about it? Last year was LBX, so Lightburn's first event or convention, and I work at Lightburn. That's my day job, doing videos for Lightburn, and there was so much planning that went into it. It was definitely like we needed all hands on deck. I was ready for it. Well, I was so busy the night before trying to wrap stuff up. Hold on. All right, baby. I see a little purge line action. A little purge going on. Don't look at the fingerprints. I'm telling you, don't look at them. Let me, here, let's. There we go. I was so busy the night. Oh, that needs to be closer, doesn't it? Yeah, that is not fine tuning. Z minus. This might be a reprint. That is not sticking. Okay, I think I got it. No, still closer. We're getting there. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna do two things here. I'm going to kill the print, Cancel. I'm gonna clean the plate really quickly and then we'll do this again. Okay, so let's, yeah, let's do this. Then I'll get back to my story in a second here. So let's shut down. Yes. I'm gonna kill this really quickly here. I'm gonna leave my mic. I'll be right back. Be right back. Yeah, we're close. Okay, I cleaned it, but not great because I didn't want to get the actual PCB itself wet. The question I have is, what is the recommended way to clean this thing? Should I just be using some, is isopropyl the recommended go-to for this? I did use a little bit of water, but yeah, as I was doing it, I was like, probably not the best call for this bed since it's got the electronics. So I assume I can clean the top with isopropyl. I just don't know about the bottom area. Wiki. No what? No what? I made a page for this. Okay. Prezi retired physical work. Where? Bed leveling. You can't post links. General care. Bed leveling. No, cleaning your positron. Clean the nozzle, clean the build plate. Okay. So I only used some Dawn dish soap on the top. I didn't do anything on the bottom. So I imagine it's still fine. Use non-abrasive soap and water. Okay, so I did, that was fine. Okay, but I can, so even on this side, you're saying, because this side I didn't put any water on out of concern that I would get water on like the PCB, so there's still fingerprints all over it. Okay, so I was actually not too far off then. Okay, so for the top side, because I didn't do a heavy clean, like I think I still probably need to use a little bit of isopropyl. And it looks like, oops, it looks like it's saying here that you can use IPA to clean the print side, don't spray it, which I won't spray it. We'll just go front mobile. You guys scared me for a sec. I was like, I don't understand. I didn't touch anything that was not supposed to be. I was like, the top should just be glass. Okay, so this is the top. That's also something to verify when you're cleaning this, is to verify you are actually cleaning the top and not the bottom. Not sure about Windex. Yeah, I don't use Windex for, so, okay. So there's still gonna be fingerprints. I didn't do anything on the bottom side. No, it's not terrible. Most of the fingerprints are on the top side, but okay, so hopefully this works. I still think I probably will need to add some more water later. I was downstairs and I started thinking as I was doing it, like, I'm used to cleaning PEI beds. This is not that, and it also has some sort of magic, is that the right? Yep. Has some sort of magic coating on it, so I should probably double check on this before I screw something up. So I'm glad I did, and I went with my gut, so we should be fine. You had me real concerned. No harm in cleaning both sides. Yeah, okay, so I can use, you can use IPA, use a non-abrasive soap and water, soft sponge or towel. Okay. I think that generally I'm going to avoid cleaning the plate more than necessary. I might swap to PEI as well, Zombie. I really like seeing the first layer. I think it's so cool. It's really cool. All right, here we go. Let's, oh, it's booting. Is top of the printer side or the side, wait, is top the print? Top is the print side, so you can do whatever you want on the print side. It's the underside where you definitely don't want to use isopropyl or harsh chemicals. Yeah, so the top side in this case is the bottom side. But yeah, I'm a huge powder coated PEI fan, like scream it from the rooftops. So I understand the appeal, and I can't say that I won't actually be using that myself at some point here. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully our first layer is a little bit better. I don't actually know whether it saved. I don't know that it actually saved the baby stepping that I did, so I might have to baby step again. Yeah, something tells me I'll probably have to baby step again. If I have to baby step again, I might run a skirt on the following print just to use the skirt as my reference for the baby stepping. I didn't save, huh? Son of a gun. Okay, it was like, I want to say it was like not quite 1/2 mil, but close to it. Can we use the fingerprint to log into Daniel's phone? Yes. I actually don't have, my phone doesn't have fingerprint. It's only Face ID. Write it, but you didn't save it. I can see that huge fingerprint by his camera box. Camera box? Also, just a couple more minutes on the Polymaker giveaway. So if you want to get into the giveaway, it is linked in chat, but it will only be there for a couple more minutes. Yeah, I want to say it was like -0.4 in the end is where I left it. But yeah, that's right. Once the print ended, I just hit cancel, and then I killed the firmware. I didn't redo it. On your screens. Must home axes. Okay. That's weird. It threw a must home axis error. but it looks like it's still heating up. So I don't know. I don't know what command triggered that. What are you guys talking about? What are you guys talking about fingerprints and spiders? I'm looking at the feed right now. I don't see any fingerprints or strings or spider-like looking things. What finger? Like oh, is it over here? Is it, oh gosh. Is it, no, I don't see it. Unless there's something back here. Okay, here we go. So it's homing, tapping the offset button. Man, I don't think I'm gonna get the Z offset baby stepped in time. I'm not sure what it's doing. I think it's just dropping temp. Can see fingerprint. I'm at a loss. I really just don't see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to baby step it in time. Ah, what a bummer. Oh, here we go, come on. No! Okay, should we redo it or should we just leave it? What do we want to do? I think I've got it close enough now. Leave it. Okay, everyone says leave it. Oh, sorry, the microphone, close enough for government work. Yeah, the microphone went into my chest, or my neck. Yeah, I think that's gonna work just fine. If we get past like the 5th layer, I'll feel really happy without any skipping. Just because, you know, it started off fine last time, then it started skipping. Yeah, watching, it's such a cool perspective. When I first started 3D printing, I remember just sitting there like zoning out, looking at the magic box make things, like layer after layer, like this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And don't get me wrong, I still think 3D printing is magical after all these years, but this is such a twist on the perspective. It's kind of similar to when I started playing around with the nozzle cams and was able to get that view. We did a stream, I know Lisa and a few others got like kind of motion sickness from it, but the view of a nozzle cam was kind of like that for me, where it was sort of just hypnotizing. Hey, Jose's here, how's it going? Yeah, this looks freaking sweet. And we still have to do, damn, what's going on with the mic? Oh, you know what? It's because I have the mic facing inward. We still have to do input shaping, and I have to do like PA tuning and all that stuff, but I can do that on my own. Oh, don't forget to save it, yes. Is it gonna be here? It is here. Okay, I don't think it'll let me save it until after the print's done. It won't even give me the option to like queue up the save command. Good call though, nice. Also, the fan doesn't appear to be rubbing. Is the fan running? Why don't I see the fan in the back? Here, am I silly, or is there no fan listed? It's definitely not under thermals. I don't see it here. Ah, MCU fan. Here we go, here we go. Hotend fan, part fan, 100%. It says it's running 100%. Yeah, it's not making the rubbing sound at all. That's why I didn't realize it was running. I'll have to verify that it's actually running after this print, but it doesn't appear to be it doesn't appear to be making any sounds anymore, which if that's the case, I'm leaving the current tool head or the current fan shroud in place for now. You need to see, yeah, okay, at the end of the print. You can only save after the print is done. Should be also, you've never responded to my DM about getting your address. Sorry, dude. It's like I said, since last week, it's been just dealing with the visa stuff. I will say the overhang is looking pretty rough, and we've got some stringing going on. So I wonder if the fan is actually working. Yeah, it's not cooling the bow, exactly. So I wonder if, could the fan be pinched so much, or could the fan have already failed? I have a 10K fan. Okay, so it sounds like I need to get Nomad's my address so that he can get me the fan, and then I can replace the fan housing with the new one. I wonder if the fan died after, because it's saying it's at 6,000 RPM right now, but yeah, it's not cooling. The strings are, oh, the strings are moving, but that could be, I don't know. Oh, Jack Attack! Jackson's here. I was just talking about him last night, about my experience with this guy last night. Yeah, huh? The trouble boy. The super sad boy. Oh, is that cool? Can you say positron? Positron? Is that cool? See the lights, dude? Oh, I won't. Is that cool? Yeah. We're getting close. The extruder issues seem to be resolved, and now I've got to just... Something's going on with the cooling. I'm not exactly sure what, but it doesn't appear to be properly cooling, so... Oh, no. I totally got distracted. Yeah. What do you think? Is it cool? You like it? Yeah, don't touch the screen. Were you the one that woke me up? Oh, wow. I wouldn't have said that when I said the story if you hadn't said that. I don't remember it. Yeah. Aaron wants me to finish my LBX story. Nice tan? You got a tan, baby? Huh? You've been inside. It's been so cold. I think he is just a tan child. He's our tropical child. Huh. What is it? Oh, no buttons today. Just look at that. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that so cool? Oh, oh, it fell off. It fell off. I think that I need to clean the plate a bit more after I applied that soap to it. Look at those hairs. You see them? All right. Daddy's gonna do a giveaway, and then we're gonna probably wrap things up here shortly, okay? And I'll be downstairs. You have some spaghetti? Grandma made homemade spaghetti. Oh, homemade spaghetti. Okay, go eat some food, okay?
She's ready to.
There you go, baby. Bye bye. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Okay. Yeah, I'll be done shortly. Okay, so the things that need to happen is the first layer seems like it's close enough. So I have a feeling that is related to me using soap and not doing a thorough enough job of cleaning it. And then the other thing I'm curious about is, before we do the giveaway, I just want to see if I can feel that fan moving. I know someone mentioned the strings were moving, but there is a Hotend fan that could be moving some air as well. So let's see if I go... So it's at 0%. It's working. No, the fan is working. I feel air coming out of it. Yeah, fan is working. So, yeah. So I have a theory that because, for anyone that doesn't believe me, let's see. See this piece of paper? Look at that. So I have a theory that because this is only a one-directional blower, that if you want good cooling, you probably need to have it facing towards the fan shroud. So what I'll likely do is try to print this again facing the other direction. But I also imagine that the 12,000 RPM fan is going to chuck a lot more air, because I'm feeling it, and it's definitely moving air, but it's not too crazy. Like it's moving some air, but again, it could be more. So I did re-enable the bed. I wasn't able to actually get it to work. Oh, really quick, last thing. So anyone that wants to enter into the giveaway, it's pinned in chat. You've got a minute to do so. I'm going to save this before I forget. Wait, can I not save it? Because I canceled. I don't see. My baby stepping values are gone. Huh. Okay. The only other thing I can think of doing is I can manually apply it via, let's see. So stepper position, if I want it closer, I would think that I would need to move this further away, right? Does that make sense? If I say that the stepper is closer, it'll be further away. Does that seem logical? So I'm going to add 0.4 to this, so it'll be 14.35. Oh, you can, okay, you're saying just, okay. Just do you save config? All right. Capitals probably matters, so this probably won't work. Will it? Save config? Oh, no, that worked. Okay, we did it. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna unpin the giveaway link, unpin. So if anybody is filling it out, you've got 30 seconds approximately, and then we will do the giveaway, and I'm probably going to call it at that point. I'm getting hungry, and my mom's here with homemade spaghetti, which is one of my favorite meals. So I think I'm going to eat some food and then get this cleaned up. Get Nomad's my address. Although if I end up going to China, I probably won't install it until the week after next week, but it'll at least be nice to have that. Yeah, thank you, nice. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna grab everybody's entries. 97, nice. We definitely got more from the last time I looked. What did we hit on likes? Do we hit 90? Got 94 likes. We're 6 away from 100. 6 away. That's all right. All right, the wheel. The wheel is there, but small font. Oh, okay. Small font below the section on the control page. Gotcha. I just didn't see it. I'm more familiar with Mainsail, so some of Fluid's layout. I don't mind Fluid. Like, I think it's a good web interface. It's really solid. It's just from the familiarity aspect, I don't have the same. So, all right, giveaway time. So, for anyone that hasn't done one of these before, if you're in the US or Canada, you will win a Polymaker gift card, and anywhere else in the world can choose between a huge option of their PLAs, ABSs, ASAs, and PETGs. You'll get an email from me within 24 hours. I will do my absolute best. Because of the chaos of this last week, I'm more scattered than normal, if that's even a believable statement. But I will do my best to get you that email within 24 hours. And then, Phil, you have a kangaroo on your name. That's awesome. Is it on the wheel? Did it no, it didn't transfer, but that's really, oh, it is on the wheel. That's so cool. Anyways, oh yeah, also, for anyone that has been buying Polymaker filament using the link in the description or in the Discord channel, thank you very much. A portion of it does help out the channel, so if you are interested in picking up some filament, it doesn't cost you anything, but it definitely does help out the channel, so it is always appreciated. And on that note, let's do this. How many times are we going to shuffle? I'm trying to think, is there any... What number today? It is the 30th. We can do 30 shuffles. Cody says 7. We've got a 6. I alternate between the kangaroo and the koala. I never noticed, but you've done that before. It's probably because it's not normally, your name isn't in the first ones right here. I love that. Don't stop doing that, please. We'll do 6. Everyone wants 6. I don't know if I like that, but that's okay. We'll do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Good luck, everybody. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Oh, I thought you won that, Aaron. It was Man of the Croc. That is a familiar name. Congratulations, buddy. Let's do air horn and a cheers. Man of the Croc, you are our winner. I think you're in the States. I'm almost positive you are. But regardless, I will send you an email, hopefully within 24 hours. I'll try to do it this evening. But if not, I apologize. I will get you the link. And if you're in the States, you'll get a gift card. So you can either use it towards filament or use it towards whatever you want. If there's something else like the dryer or one of the like carbon filaments or something like that. And then I think you can just pay the difference. So congratulations. Thank you everybody else for entering in. And I think we're gonna call it on that note. I know it was a short stream. I know it started an hour later, but it's been a little over 2 hours. I'm hungry. We got the extruder figured out, which was more work than I expected to narrow down what was going on. But the fact that, knock on wood, it seems like it's resolved it, makes me very, very happy. I don't see any signs of really under extruding on this. If anything, I might need to dial back flow a little bit, but I'm really, really happy about that. So I'm possibly going to do a full video on this printer. I don't know yet. I don't want to guarantee it, but this is the last stream, for now at least, that will be specifically on the Positron. So the next one is going to be on, I have the Sovol SV06 Ace, which if I'm in China next week will be the following week. And then after that, I just finished printing out all the parts for the Doron Velta. So yeah, so that will be the next big build series that we do. And then I'm really hoping while that's happening, I can either self-source or get a box turtle going. That's kind of my goal right now. So cheers to everybody. Thank you again for being here, for the support, for the likes, for the comments, for the help, for the memberships, for the donations, and just being all around awesome. And please, again, fingers crossed that everything works out with the visa. And I will, Saturday, when I've got it in hand, hopefully I will post in the Discord live stream channel. I'm actually, if I do get it on Saturday, my plan is to just do an @ everyone in the Discord to let them know, hey, I will be in China this next week doing a live stream on Fadis's channel. So hopefully you see that. And if not, I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be a little sad. So anyways, cheers to everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh my gosh, Luke with the 20 gifted memberships. You guys, man. All right, Luke, you get a Hadouken. I wonder what's for dinner. Doing a pizza. And then air horn. Thank you very much, Luke, for the support, man. I really appreciate it. And Nomads, I will get you my address so I can get that fan. All right. Cheers, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day and week, and I will catch you all next time. Bye.